On today's video I'll tell you 7 things I hate about the Sport Glide. Hello my friends, I'm Spell and welcome back to the channel. Okay, things I hate might be a bit excessive. I can't really say that I hate anything, but there are things that could have been, in a way or another, a little bit better. And yeah, the Sport Glide is by no means a perfect bike. No bike is perfect, I think, but she is very damn close to perfection, at least to my eyes. So let's kick things off with the tank-mounted Speedo. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the looks of it. It looks so classy. It is very Harley, if you know what I mean, and it displays very clearly all the info you need. But the thing that I don't like as much is having to look down every time I need to look at the speed or something like that. My friends, I will be doing about 2 minutes of voiceover here as the wind noise got really bad. Anyway, I have to say, it is a bit annoying and sometimes you simply have to wait for a better and safe opportunity to glance at it. I guess the fact I wear a full face helmet makes it worse. I will be buying an open face helmet this summer, I hope, and then I'll report back to you, my friends. Actually, because majority of time I ride with Kalimoto or Waze app on the phone, if I need to check my speed, I just look at it instead, as I don't have to look down that much. Oh, and you do get some condensation on it. It's a well-known, can we call it feature? Anyway, some dealers will replace it on the warranty, so if you are plagued by it, let your dealer know. Another thing I'm still not a fan of is having the indicator switch on the left and on the right. Maybe I still need to get used to it, but I find it a bit annoying, especially the right indicator. And why is that? Well, my friends, my left hand is basically just operating the clutch, so it doesn't really bother me or gets on the way that much when I need to indicate, but on the right, because I'm operating the throttle, sometimes it is awkward. Maybe I simply haven't found the right technique, but majority of time I have to roll back the throttle, press the right indicator and then get on the throttle again. On some situations it doesn't affect my speed that much or at all, but if I'm on a climb, then the story is totally different. I don't know. It can be either my lack of technique or maybe my hands are a bit small and I could benefit from indicator extenders. What do you guys and girls, long-time Harley owners, think? Do you have some kind of technique for that or tips to make it easier? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so the wind has died down a bit, so let's get back to the maggot reservoir. A very strange thing, at least for me, is the strap on the pillion seat. That makes it extremely awkward to remove the seat when you need it. For example, when you want to wash the bike properly. I haven't removed mine yet, but it is coming out. I was actually waiting to ride with my girlfriend first to know if she needs it or not, and well, she has no need for it whatsoever. So this bad boy is coming out. And although I do like the seat, I find it doesn't really provide much of a back support here. And you do slide a bit sometimes, especially if you accelerate hard. Another thing that they could have done differently was the front fender. Don't get me wrong, I like the looks of it, but in terms of functionality, is next to zero. Because it is so short, it doesn't prevent like rocks, road debris, water, whatever from hitting the bike or yourself too. So if the roads are wet, get ready for it. I understand why they did it. It looks aggressive, more modern, and it puts sport on Sport Glide. but I certainly would prefer to have a longer fender. There are some on the market like fender extenders, but to be very honest with you, I don't really like the looks of it, except the Bag & Nation one. They do have some fenders that looks quite nice. And regarding of the rear fender, I would prefer it if it was longer too, but it is not that makes me hate it. If you look underneath, I'll put like a B-roll on it. If you look underneath, there is an opening that once again lets all the road debris, all the dirt gets underneath the seat and totally cover it in mud. And depending where you ride, some other sinister things too, like cow shit. Rebel Little Elf has a video with some schematics on how to cover that gap the best way possible, and that is something that I'll be doing in the future. But that gap there underneath the rear fender is not exclusive to the Sport Glide, so I guess you have to give it a discount, aye? The kickstand is, well, I don't really know why it is, to be very honest with you. I think it is because the way it is designed, but for me it seems too short when you are trying to extend it. I always have to tilt the bike a bit to the right so it clears the floor. If there is an angle on it on the road, it's even worse. There has been a couple of occasions I actually had to change the way the bike was parked, as I wasn't happy in how much I had to tilt the bike to the right to be able to extend the kickstand. So rubbish. And then when it is finally fully extended, it seems like it is a bit too short. Oh, and I don't like that feeling when you put the bike on the kickstand and it seems like the bike wants to fall off. Yeah, I got a bit used to it now, but I still don't like that feeling. And finally, oh, the sun is coming out, yay, finally. And finally there are a couple of things that looks wise I think are a bit dubious. Well, those things are generally a matter of personal taste. There are people that like it, others like me that don't. So the first thing is the black derby cover here on this side. Why Harley? Why? I mean, the primary is chrome. Why put a black derby cover there? I mean, oh wait, I know the answer. It is because they know that people like you and me will go and buy a Willie G derby cover or something like that. They're smart, aren't they? Anyway, that's actually another thing that I will be doing to Alma, and that I forgot to mention on the video about my plans for her. So stay tuned. Still on the same subject, the other thing that could have been chrome is the black muffle heat shield. It is not too bad. It certainly grew on me a bit more. But when I finally get a new slip-on or full exhaust system, it will be all chrome. I think it looks much better. And you probably will be, damn, this guy really likes chrome. Well, not really. I don't like it when it is too much. That would mean lots of time looking after it, polishing and all that crap, and I don't have time for that. On the case of the Sport Glide, I think it is simply perfect. Doesn't really have too much, it doesn't have like too little, like everything has its place, you know. It's enough to make it pop. But yeah, I like consistency and I'm a bit OCD too, so having a black derby cover and a muffled heat shield in black too, when the rest is chrome, it really gets to me, you know. And that's it, my friends. For me, those things are not enough to really make me hate the bike and trade it in for a different one. Some of those things can be a bit of a nitpicking from my part, so take it with a pinch of salt. As I said at the beginning, no bike is perfect and the Sport Glide is no different. So how do you feel about the Sport Glide now? Are those 7 things putting you off? And for those of you who own a Sport Glide, what are the things that you don't like about it? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious to hear from you. Well, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Ride safe, stay safe, and I'll see you soon hopefully on a bit of a warmer day, because today is bloody freezing. Adios.